Hello, my name is Dean, and I'm part of the Idaho Department of Education's Public School Finance team. This tutorial will answer the question, why review an attendance building level report? This report provides a good picture of student attendance by grade grouping within each building. It allows users to check figures and to see trends that can inform decisions. An attendance building level report, ABL for short, can also be used to identify issues that can materially impact funding. Wait to run the ABL at least 24 hours after each IC submission. This allows the report system to update. However, please know that if you are viewing the report prior to the submission window closing, that the attendance may not be final. This is because if any of your students are shared by other school districts or charter schools who have not yet submitted, then the attendance shown has not yet been adjusted to proportionally split the shared students' attendance days. Go to the Idaho State Board of Education's website and sign into the Education Application Portal. Once there, select the Reports, Attend, Enroll application. Choose the Attendance Building Level Report from the Attendance Report group. The report has 5 criteria, or filters, that allow the user to narrow the report output. Select the date you would like the data to be as of. Typically, you'll always choose the current date, but you could choose a past date. Select the school year. Again, typically you'll choose the current school year, but you could also choose a past school year. Select the period or periods you wish to include. Period 1 is the first week of school through the week ending the first Friday in November. Period 2 is the second week of November through the last week in February. Period 3 is from the first week of March through the last week of the regular school year. Do not choose period 4. At this time, period 4 will not generate report data. Select the provider. This should only allow you to choose your school district or charter school. Choose a building or multiple buildings. I recommend running the report for all buildings. Finally, click View Report. The report will appear within the application, but you will want to save it in another format, likely as an Excel file, so the data can more easily be reviewed. Do so by going to the circled Export drop-down menu. Here are some important tips about the report to keep in mind. The Excel file will contain multiple sheets. Each sheet will summarize weekly student attendance within a grade grouping within a building. My example here shows a middle school's grades 4 through 6 student attendance from the first week of school through the week having the first Friday in November, period 1. Sheet 2 shows the same middle school's secondary student attendance, and so on. Days in session amounts are the number of school days for the week. Aggregate attendance amounts represent all of the student attendance days for this grade grouping of students during the week. ADA is simply aggregate attendance divided by days in session. Next, I'll mention a couple of key checks and trends to be mindful of. I might first check that each of the days in session amounts is the actual amount of school days for this grade grouping. If it is not, this indicates the likely need for a student information system calendar correction. I would also look to compare the approximate range of ADA to the approximate enrollment of this grade grouping. For this data example, the ADA range is about 48 to 50. And let's say we know the grade grouping consists of middle school 6th graders whose fall enrollment averaged 51 to 54 students. This would make the ADA seem appropriate because we know that one or more of these students might miss any given day. However, if the average enrollment was much greater, like say 60 students, that would indicate there might be an attendance issue to further investigate. One might also use this report to confirm weeks that are already suspected of having attendance impacted by causes like widespread sickness. This data example does not clearly confirm an instance of impacted attendance, but let's say that instead of week 15's ADA being 48.4, it's instead 42.0. This is an ADA drop of about 13%. Which if the building had reports of student absences because of the flu, then this appears to confirm it. If you do find errors, please correct the error first within your student information system, then upload a corrected submission. If it is after the correction window has closed, you'll need to contact your IC regional coordinator to make the correction. Another important point to illustrate about the building level report is the connection it has with the aggregated attendance detail report. Attendance data from the detail report flows into the collection of attendance data on the building level report. Please see that the weekly attendance totals from the sixth graders shown on the detail report on the left side flow directly into the weekly attendance totals for the elementary 4th through 6th grade group on the middle school's building level report shown on the right. Thanks for listening. We hope you make it a point to review the attendance building level report, especially following the close of an IC submission window. Please let myself or Amber know if you have any questions. Have a great year.